Welcome. This yoga practice is all about inviting movement into the body and finding balance and stillness and reconnecting with the breath. So if you're ready to flow, grab your mat and let's begin. Let's begin seated at the back of our mats, inhaling up, bringing our hands into prayer and Jali Mudra. Just taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. This is your practice. On your next exhale, we'll come into our child's pose, Balasana, drawing those fingers away from the body. And then slowly we'll come up into upward facing dog. Inviting movement into the body, we'll flow for 4 times. Drawing our ears away from our shoulders. And then tucking our toes, we'll come into our first downward facing dog. You just pedal out the legs, drawing the heels closer to the ground. And then inhaling, coming into plank. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Plank. Back into downward facing dog. And then we'll take a chaturanga, upward facing dog, then back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, we'll raise our right leg up into 3-legged dog, and then exhaling, bringing that knee to chest, back up to 3-legged dog, then knee to left elbow, then knee to right elbow, back up to 3-legged dog. And then we'll touch our knee to our elbows 8 times. Left, right, left, right. Just breathe through it here. Exhaling back to 3-legged dog. We'll take a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Great work. We'll take it to the other side now. Raising our left leg. Knee to chest. Exhale, knee to left elbow, knee to right elbow, and then we'll touch our knee to our elbows 8 times, left, right, left, right. Keeping focus on our breath. Awesome work. Take a 1-legged chaturanga, taking a flow, upward facing dog, and back into our downward facing dog. And then raising our right leg up, we'll take that foot to meet in between the palms of our feet into our high lunge, finding our balance, squaring off our hips as you start to flow the upper body, finding our balance, opening the chest. Inhale and exhale. You've got it. And then we'll come into our warrior 3, raising that left leg up, finding our balance, bringing our hands into prayer if you like. We'll slowly raise that left leg, kick it out, and come into our mountain pose. Bring our hands up above our head, swan dive down, forward fold, half lift, and forward fold back. Placing our right leg at the back of our mats, high lunge again, and we'll flow again like a wave. Inhaling, exhaling, opening that heart, opening that chest. Awesome. as we'll come down, raising that right leg up into our warrior 3, hands in prayer. And we'll move that right leg out, kick it all the way out, and exhale back into mountain pose, raising our arms all the way up, and exhale, swan dive down, forward fold, half lift, and forward fold again. And then we'll take a plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and back into downward facing dog. Awesome. On your next inhale, we'll raise that right leg all the way up to the sky, high as you can, and then we'll flip over into our wild thing, and then we'll take it down, hips almost touching the ground for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring it back up, back into downward facing dog, raising that left leg all the way up and flip it into wild thing. Find your strength, find your center, back down for 4. Magnificent. Back into downward facing dog, coming into a plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and exhale back into child's pose. Beautiful. And then we'll tuck our toes, inhale, back to downward facing dog, bending the knees, step or hop all the way to the top of the mat, Utkatasana, chair pose, and then we'll slowly make our way down into boat pose, and vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down, lying flat to the mat. Bringing our legs a comfortable distance away from our hips, we'll inhale, coming up for bridge pose, exhale down. Inhaling, raising a little bit higher now, lifting those hips all the way up, and we'll bind our hands underneath our buttocks, activating our core, opening our shoulder blades, and we'll slowly exhale down. If it's in your practice, come with me into our wheel pose, bringing our hands just above our shoulders, behind our ears, lifting up, finding a comfortable space. Find your balance, find your strength. Magnificent. Hold here, beautiful. And we'll come out the way we did, exhaling down, giving the legs a little stretch out. And then we'll bring the soles of our feet into Sutta Baddha Konasana, pushing down, really opening those hips, just slowing down our practice, slowing down our nervous system, relaxing, coming into Savasana, coming back to our intention of what we had for our practice, noticing what we feel in our body, noticing where we see tension released. Stay here as long as you like. If you're short for time, come up with me, roll over to one side, and we'll meet in a seated position, and bringing our hands into prayer, thanking ourselves in gratitude for practice. Namaste.